Meanwhile, you can still farm like at least a decent amount. And yeah, my friends, have good fortune and good luck on getting those triple crits. I'm still missing one myself here. It is very hard to get. And yeah, again, good luck, my friends. Hope this helped you. Leave a comment if you know about any other rawhide methods. Last thing I want to mention, there is a Reddit post here from the community where I'm gonna link this below as well, where somebody here, Silver Knight, broke down materials acquired productivity. You can also watch this. And he was saying, because there is an opal that is supposed to give you additional crafting nuts. And from my testing, this one doesn't work at all for rawhide. And there's even some people here that are saying when they are using it, they're getting less materials. Like actually like less materials, like lower materials with the opal. Again, I could not replicate this. For me, the opal just didn't do anything. Like I didn't get any more, I didn't get any less materials. But yeah, I mean, if it doesn't do anything, then why would you use the opal? So I would suggest you do not use this opal because it does not do any good if you want to farm rawhide. That's pretty much it, my friends. Again, the Reddit post will be below. Good luck, see you soon, GG. Alright, my friends, there is a new video here from Paragaming that people have recommended me. Top most insane builds to play in Diablo IV Season 6.
These are the craziest builds I stumbled across playing the Season 6 PTR. And starting us off... These are the craziest builds I stumbled across playing the Season 6 PTR. And starting us off,
That guy's flying.
You may be confused as to why it's raining outside. But it's not. It's the first build on the list, a Barrage Victimize build. And holy damn, is this the most fun I've had.
There's a German guy in here.
There's just explosions everywhere, man. Victimize is exploding. Enemies are exploding. And even Arnie is exploding. And it's all due to the rework.
The edits, man.
Enemies are exploding. And even Arnie is exploding. And it's all due to the reworked Victimize passive. From previously being a it's now just way easier to utilize. All you need is a high lucky hit chance, and it will in turn deal 80% weapon damage using the same damage type. On top of that...
Dude, like, Victimize has been, like, changed so many times, I'm losing track. It's either useless or it's completely busted overpowered, man. Where's the middle ground?
It still scales via vulnerable. And holy shit, does there exist a lot of vulnerable in Season 6 that also looks to double dip.
Double dip.
This T100 run is without those mechanics, though, and with dogshit gear, so it's looking fine as hell either way. Other than that, though, we're utilizing the fact that Victimize now scales via other damage types to the fullest. And how do we do that? Well, shit. Glad you asked.
Damn, my man.
Considering Barrage in itself has a dogshit lucky hit chance, and Poison Imbuement does not, that's one factor to consider. On top of that, we're also able to dip into both physical and non-physical damage multipliers for massive, big damn. For example, the Eldritch Bounty node. Other than that, though, the build is extremely similar to that of the Andariel Barrage build from Season 5, just way stronger.
Hell yeah.
We rock the Umbra Cucks. We rock the Umbra Cucks to ricochet our barrage bullets, along with slapping on the branching volleys aspect to gain additional arrows. When all of this is combined, we simply get ourselves a perfect
Damn, my woman.
clearing build, along with great single target for bossing. We're also able to utilize some cool techs this season, for example, combining the No Witness Legendary node and the Petrify rune word. This means freeing up a slot.
This combination is actually so powerful, man. Like, you just get another 45x multiplier when your runes cast Petrify. Road goes so crazy.
This means freeing up a slot in the skills for us for more damage and mobility. With some better gear, I would expect this build being able to speedrun tier 100 in about 3 to 4 minutes.
Yeah, it does.
Which is, by the way, the highest pit level in Season 6.
And it's not even the spin to win rogue yet, which is even crazy.
Just lovely. The next build is another way to play the Victimize key passive,
Spin.
and that's by utilizing the new spin to win skill dance of knives. The main benefits of using this build are twofold. Firstly, it's fucking brain dead.
Yep.
So is the barrage, but this one is truly brain dead.
Oh my god, stop, bro, I'm stuck. Can you help me?
And that's mainly due to factor 2. It snapshots literally anything.
Any good build in the game, man, just snapshots all the stuff, dude. And funny enough, man, we had all the snapshots, the same snapshots on the Robot Bar, and they've all been giga nerfed.
And what does that mean? Well, shit. It means that everything you have up as you start spinning, you get to keep, basically. It's
And
also
keep winning.
possible to keep spamming the spin to win button for carpal tunnel and more lucky hits, not unlike the Barbarian Whirlwind build. All in all, the build looks both massively bugged and quite possibly the strongest rogue build in Season 6.
Yep.
For our final rogue
But it's
build
fun.
of the day, we have a lovely ultimate skill build, the Death Trapper. This build is solely scaling the ultimate skill Death Trap
Rain, that
to
sounds
bust
perfect
out
for
a
me.
buttload of damage.
Spin to win.
And in case you've been living under a rock, no worries. I'll explain the changes from previous seasons because this is the first time the build wasn't dog shit. So for starters, we are now able to put more points than one into ultimates. Combine this with Shaco and Masterworking Trap cooldown reduction everywhere.
Spam
We
it.
can get the cooldown of Death Trap down to a few seconds. To then reset the remaining cooldown, we're combining the preparation specialization and spending a ton of energy. This can be done
Just
in
use
several
Shatter.
ways. One being the Beastfall boots and instantly spending it. You then have infinite death traps, and how do we scale its damage? We first have a slick pair of pantaloonies called Eyes in the dark. Using this, we gain
Big
an additional
multiplier.
death trap and more damage. Secondly, you can now temper chance for death trap to deal double damage. And lastly, the paragons are now set up in a way that gains additional damage for trap skills.
Man, Rogue just has all the insane builds. I'm looking at the tier list that I drafted, and like all the top builds are Rogue. Like every build on Rogue is kind of viable. Like look here, man. 1, 2, 3, 4 builds in S tier of the Rogue, and I think then there is another 5 builds in A tier. Completely crazy.
All in all, the damage got a 10x buff or something, now hitting for billions per hit. With some
Billions
gear.
and billions.
Unless this build gets gutted, then it's going to be fucking bonkers. All right, and then we have another class, the Sorcerer. But before we continue, a word from an awesome sponsor, Pi.org, which has created an ad blocker for us. And I can confidently say that it's the best ad blocker I've ever used, and I'll tell you why. For starters, it's free and blocks every annoying ad imaginable.
Nice.
But that's not all, because maybe you want to keep supporting your favorite creator, and then you can opt into rewards for ads and get some sweet bank for it. For example, on my channel right here. Just as you deserve, my friend. They also have an extension for cashback that gives you automatic coupons and lets you save a buttload of money with zero effort.
Why they always ninja?
Adblock app for mobile Safari. To install, you press the link in the description and then press this massive button. Nicely done.
Good integration.
This alien button means install. To get the cashbacks, you just go through the preferences here to the left, and it will take you there. Or search for it.
Okay, hell yeah.
Thanks to Pi.org for sponsoring me, True GigaChads. A lot of people
Now I'm
probably
hungry.
wonder what's going to happen to their favorite Season 5 Lightning Spear build. And let me
Hi.
tell you, it's looking busted as hell. Quite possibly the best build in the game.
This is from Lurkin.
I must say, though, that not a lot is changing from Season 5.
Okay.
We're still utilizing the splintering energy aspect and stacking a
This build did 100 in 1 minute.
buttload of crit damage. This is, of course, combined with the fractured Winterglass amulet to bust out lightning spears as we're spamming frozen ball sacks everywhere.
And you see, they did massive improvements to the buff bar. And guess what? It's still not enough, and it's still full of all buffs. Look at this. Constantly at max buffs.
What is changing, though,
And beyond.
is that the conjurations we can get out
You can't even see the conjurations.
This means that the gap between a pure lightning
frozen
frozen
ball
ballsack build and a hybrid that also deals damage via frozen orb is closer, which in turn means that it's just way easier to gear for. And that feels pretty damn good, I must say. On top of that, though, we're also getting a new key passive called Enlightenment, which is looking pretty decent in sorcerer standards,
that's pretty crazy.
mainly due to them all being shit. But all in all, the lightning spear builds are eating well. For next build, we have the chain
I think the druid's eating well.
lightning build. This is
Literally.
insanely S tier as it currently stands, and also the best build in the game. But it's working due to a
This is
probable
from
bug.
Roxy.
This bug being Azure Wrath and Frostburn not being stat squished and hitting for billions of damage. But even without this, the build is actually hitting for hundreds of millions per hit, placing it comfortably into the
Yeah, shatter is really dog on sword. Only hitting for 6 trillion.
A tier, even if the bugs are fixed.
So many bugs.
We assume it's not being fixed, though, so
Everything's
it's probably
bugged.
the best build in the game, and I'll be rocking it for sure. What's working for both the bugged and non-bugged version are the axial conduit pantaloonies. This allows us to gain a humongous amounts of lucky hits and a buttload of damage from the explosions. And as a consequence, it also makes the build
This is the hardest boss in the game.
Next up,
Sayonara.
we have some emo neckbeard cringelord builds, and we're starting off with the Bloodwave build. We recently covered this build during Season 5, and holy
This
shit,
one's amazing.
is it looking insane in Season 6, being able to speed run Tier 100 in just a few minutes, and getting some big dick buffs. And how does it work? It's simple, yet beautiful. By combining the
Look
Blood
at how
Artisan Titty
many.
Protect-
Like, look at how many there are. They're just like blasting out here. Man, there's so many of them.
by combining the Blood Artisan Titty Protectors with Bloodwave, which now
Only for
spawns
female.
double the amount of blood orbs, by the way. We in turn fart out bonus spirits by picking up the orbs on the ground. But we don't want to run around collecting them, do we?
The edits, man.
That's annoying as hell. And that's why we're spamming Blood Lances, because Blood
The
Lance
Terra
combined
Gaming
with
edits.
Gorquill aspect picks them up automatically. Just lovely. And if you didn't know this by now, then I'll just tell you that Bonus Spirit is pretty damn busted. So when we're able to spam out a gazillion of them, the damage gets absolutely insane.
Oh, it does.
Particularly as we scale it via a buttload of Bonus Spirit ranks combined with a bunch of maximum life. And why max life? Well, that's due to bonus spirits from the Titty Protector scales via percentage max life. So the more max life percentage we can find, for example via the Coombringer, the more damage